guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me. This one is going to be a get ready with me doing a snatched matte makeup look. I'm gonna be doing the whole process of me getting ready, and I'm just gonna chat with you guys before I get my day started. It's super early. But before we dive in, I do want to quickly introduce myself. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty. I make videos on all things beauty, lifestyle, fashion, and everything in between. So I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that notification bell so that you never ever miss content, because you want to watch it as soon as I upload. And also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Mexican Beauty. Whenever I'm not here on YouTube, I'm always there. And without further ado, let's go ahead and transform this face because I want to look snatched to the gods. So the first thing we're gonna go ahead and do, and I feel like is a really big essential when you do a matte makeup look, whether you have oily skin or dry skin, is making sure that you really moisturize the face extremely well. So I actually recently just got this tub. This is the best moisturizer, especially right now during this cold season when our face tends to get dry. My skin, especially my nose area, is starting to get dry. Like my rosacea cheeks get dry. I think it was last year that it started. So I use a good amount of this, and I just apply this all over my face. So I really make sure I target all the areas where I get extremely oily, because if you don't really do that skin prep before you apply foundation, especially if you are going in with matte foundation, it's just not gonna go well. So for me, the skin prep is like one of the most important steps of the face and really kind of getting it to do what you want it to do. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the eyes. I've been so obsessed with a matte eye look. I'm gonna be using my KKW Mario palette right here. This is one of my favorite staple palettes ever. It has like the shades that you really need for every day. Very simple look. It's nothing too crazy, which I really, really love about this look. So today we're gonna be using this shade right here, and we're gonna be applying that shade all on the crease. And really kind of target and blow up that shade. Okay, so we have that, and we can also kind of take it a little bit higher on this outer edge, like so. Started doing this new thing where I try to do both eyes at the same time instead of doing one at once, so that I can really like pace myself. I think it's working well. But now we're gonna go into this vanilla shade right here. This has been like my favorite shade ever. Just for like brow bone highlight, I always use that one. It is phenomenal. Or like when I want to highlight something. So we're gonna be placing this all over the lid. We're really gonna go over where our crease folds, just because I want it to really pop. Another good thing about using matte shades instead of shimmers, especially if you do have hooded eyes or your eyes just like fold and you don't really have a crease. I've noticed that sometimes with shimmers after a long day, like the eyeshadow will separate like right where the crease folds because you're going over your natural crease. But with mattes, I never have that issue, just because of the fact that the matte eyeshadows really do its thing in, you know, staying in place because they don't have shimmer. So it's not like they're really picking up any type of oil that will make them separate. I was talking to somebody the other day and they were like, oh my god, I do not like winter. I'm like, they were like, do you like winter? I'm like, girl, I was born in December, so I'm kind of forced to like winter. I'm also like a true Marylander at heart. Like I thrive in the winter, I thrive in the cold, and I think it's because it's my birthday. I also feel like it's the time of the year where like you can really focus on yourself and like, you know, getting back on track on like your goals or whatever, because I feel like summertime people usually, at least with me, I like to have fun. It's kind of like the season where I like get to really enjoy all the hard work that I put in, like at the gym, or like, you know, just like saving money so that I can go like on a trip or something this summer. Like that's the time where I'm like grinding, like winter, fall, I'm grinding. And then summer, I'm like, okay, let me just like enjoy myself. Like I deserve it. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. But I'm like, I'm trying to look my best. I'm about to be 25 this year. Like I'm trying to like have my best body yet. Okay, so we have that going on. and it looks so good. Like I just love like this like subtle cut crease moment. You can always go back and kind of smoke out the browns a little bit, just if you want to add a little bit more depth in there. Using the Makeup by Mario palette. This is the Master Mattes. You guys know that I talked highly about this. And I'm going to be using the black eyeshadow in this palette because it is so black, it is so good. And I'm going to be creating a wing. So when I got lash extensions, I was just a wing lady. Like I would literally always do wing with an eyeshadow because I wanted to continue doing my wing, but I know that I didn't want to use liquid or gels just because I didn't want to mess up my lashes. So the next best thing was using eyeshadow to do a wing liner, and it honestly looks just as good, especially if you use the right pigmented black. And I also feel like it's sometimes easier, especially for people that are just getting into just doing their liner. You can just practice with eyeshadow and you'll get the hang of it and it will work. So I like to use a angled brush by Sigma. This is the E65, and I'm going to go in. For me, I feel like this is the best time of year to do these matte looks because I feel like who doesn't love like a matte glam in the fall time? And like it kind of like a little bit of a like dramatic natural, like a snatchural. Like this obviously isn't the most natural look, but it's like it has some drama in there. Like this wing gives it like that really pretty drama, which I live for. Okay, so we have completed the wings, and now we have to do this one step. This one step that I feel like just really ties everything together. If I can find the product. Here we go. So I'm using my LA Colors pencil. I really love this eyeliner, and it's super affordable. And I always have to go in and tight line just because I'm going in with my lashes and I want this waterline to be as dark as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little mirror and bring it up close. I am taking the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are the Studio Effects. These are my absolute favorite. They give you like that soft lash extension vibe. You guys know that I love my lash extensions. I'm gonna go back to them sooner than later. But these I just feel like give me like a good natural finish. They're not too dramatic. And like I mentioned before, I think after I got lash extensions, I really realized how much more of like a soft glam look I like than something super duper dramatic. So I've just been really into that. So I'm just putting on this lash, and I like to have my mirror super close and my tweezers. And what I do is I just drop it in the center like that. I feel like dropping in the center is always the easiest, and then I go in on the sides. And what I love about these Ardell Demi Wispies is the fact that they are so thin at the band, so literally it doesn't feel like you have anything on. Okay, so that is the lashes on. Okay, so this is what I've been doing personally for me, and it's worked. Maybe if you have very, very oily skin, I would go in with a different primer, but personally, this is what's looked the best on me. So first I go in, like I mentioned, with my First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream that I love so much. Then, because I have been suffering from some dry patches, if I put a matte primer and I put a matte foundation, it's going to separate. So what I've been doing is I've been using my Rare Beauty primer. This stuff is my favorite. And I take about that much, a good chunk, not gonna lie. And then I just apply it on the face, like so. I just feel like the way you prep your skin is how everything's gonna lay. So now we're gonna go in with the star of the show, which is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. This foundation is so gorgeous. Honestly, I feel like this foundation is kind of slept on, to be honest, because I don't hear that many people talk about it. But whoa, what am I saying? But the people who do talk about this foundation are like ride or die. So we have our primer, we put on some spray, and now we can move on to the complexion and really give it its moment. So this is in the color Sand, and we are just going to be applying this baby everywhere. So I like to dot it. One of the things that is cool about this foundation is that it is matte, but it is so lightweight. Like it literally is so lightweight. So I feel like it sits really well on the skin. So I've seen people say that even with their dry skin, they do appreciate this foundation because it is so lightweight and the consistency just goes on so nice and smooth that it really allows you to still receive nice hydration. So you guys can see that. Like I was just mentioning how I am suffering from a little bit of dryness, but I am an oily skin person. So I guess you could say right now with this time of season, it's combination skin. But like, look how stunning that looks. It literally looks so beautiful. And honestly, it is all about how you prep your skin. And the reason I say that and I'm so vocal about it is because yesterday actually, I had originally just like used matte products to prep and prime my face. And my skin was like, hell no. Like hell no. So I would say as a person that has oily skin and is very, very oily in the summer and spring, always make sure you are moisturizing really well. Use a very hydrating moisturizer, especially in the winter seasons, because you're gonna need it. No matter what type of skin you have, no matter if you have the most oily skin or the most dry skin, like make sure that before you set down that foundation, you really go in with a product that's hydrating. Also, I highly recommend you guys let the skin work its magic and do the eye makeup first, because the eye makeup probably took me about a good 30 minutes. So do the eye makeup first and then go back. The face really had its time to sink into the skin and do its work prior to having a foundation come in contact with it. So that's just my personal recommendations because I just feel like it really does make a difference. Now we're gonna go into concealer, and like I mentioned earlier, whenever I go in with a nice matte foundation, I always have to go in with a hydrating concealer, because if you go in with too many matte products, something ain't gonna lay right. Whether it's you going in with super matte primers, the foundation will not lay right. Whether it's you going in with a matte foundation, matte primer, something's gonna just go wrong. And also because I do bake my under eyes, I do prefer to go in with a hydrating concealer, and this is just my favorite. The e.l.f. Camo Hydrating is the best. I literally am almost out of this, and that tells you something because I have like 5 to 6 other concealers in here, and this is always the one that I am going back to. So we're just gonna do that because it's so pigmented that you don't need that much. This one is in the shade Medium Sand. I always say medium tan, I think, in my description. So it's medium sand, and I'm gonna be taking my Rare Beauty brush. This has been one of my favorites. I don't think it tells me the number of the brush, but it's the only concealer brush that they have. And what I like to do is I like to blend this into my foundation, and you guys can see how beautifully they blend together. Also, this color in medium sand, right? Yeah, okay. I was like, wait. This color medium sand, I love it because it is lighter than my complexion. I personally love brightening concealers on myself. I feel like these are just the best for me. Seal that area. You guys can see the difference between this and this, but we can't waste time because we have to go ahead and set these under eyes before they get just bad. I'm literally knocking stuff left and right. And then I'm using my Fenty sponge. The sponge is legit my life. I love it so much. This is a little bit damp, and that's only because, like I mentioned, I don't want the under eyes to get too dry when I do bake them. So I like to go in with my little damp sponge just to kind of like set those areas. Really target mainly the under eye lines because those are the ones that separate if I don't set them. Okay, so we are going to let that just kind of sit for a little bit, not too long. While we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up my face. I'm using my Wet n Wild contour stick in the shade Medium. You guys always see me talk about this. It is honestly a dupe for so many high-end ones, so highly recommend that. And I'm just gonna take my brush, dust that away, and then also kind of dust it a little bit on other parts of this side of the face. Like you guys see in these areas, I'm just patting it because I don't want to swipe it too hard and then end up separating any of the product. So I like to kind of just do that. Then I'm gonna go in and do a little bit of nose contour while this continues to bake a little bit longer. Like that. I used to be terrible at nose contour. Like I used to have like these like harsh lines. You know what? That's the beauty of it, that you live and you learn. I feel like, you know, like there's always room to learn. I'd rather mess up and like keep practicing and practicing until I get really good at something. I'm not saying I'm the best at nose contour, but like until I feel confident with it, then just give up because of insecurity or because somebody said something. Like, no, if there's something you want to accomplish, like keep going. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are what leads you to the success. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just dust that away. Just gonna go in and start blending down here. I love creating dimension on my face because I feel like it really allows you to not look like, you know, like a mummy or like you're like dead or something, you know, like it's good to like have that highlight going on. So I'm just applying this all over into the hairline just so that it all is like nice and cohesively blended. Okay, so I'm just going in and really making sure that I blend out my nose contour so that it just looks really nice. I'm using my KKW concealer brush, which I always use for my nose contour. I feel like it just really does the trick for me. And it's so fluffy, so it allows me to really blend everything out as best as possible. And I'm also going over here, like so. Oh, here comes the garbage truck, which is gonna be loud AF. We're almost done. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to go ahead and set the face just a little bit in certain areas. So I'm gonna be taking my same powder and I'm just going to go ahead right on the T-zone area. That's kind of where I get a little oily. I really want to give this look like a very, like more so matte finish, because this is a matte makeup look. And I'm just going in and really like making it as matte as possible, but still kind of keeping it from looking flat, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna be going in with Kylie Pressed Blush in Crush. This one was limited edition, so they do not have this one anymore, I'm sorry. But I like to go in with this type of blush lately just because I kind of like that like softer blush effect. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to be taking my blush brush, where is it? And I'm going to be just taking some blush. This is a matte blush. And I'm really applying it on the apples of my cheeks. I'm gonna apply a little bit on the nose. And also I have rosacea, so like I love a good rosy cheek, you know? Rosy but cute. I'm gonna be taking my KKW lipstick in nude number 2.5. I would love for KKW to come out with nude liquid lipstick matte lipsticks, just because like I need something that doesn't transfer. I love these right here. I actually have mine with me right now, but this just transfers like much easier with a mask, you know? So it sucks. But I'm gonna go ahead and get my matte lipstick that I've been loving for just like a nude moment. So BRB. Okay, so this is the lipstick that I've been obsessed with, just like a matte lipstick that doesn't transfer, that's matte. It is the shade Cool Girl by Too Faced liquid lipsticks. These are the melted mattes. So I'm gonna put this over. I've really been like obsessed again with like that 90s lip that is like super like just dramatic. What I like to do to kind of like blend everything in but still kind of keep that lip liner color is I like to take, where's my brush? I like to take this little Delium Tools lip brush and I like to kind of play around with colors and just kind of blend them so that they don't look too harsh. Now we can go ahead and actually before we do that, we do want to go ahead and set the face. And to set my face today, I'm actually going to be using my IT Cosmetics one. I love this stuff. It has aloe vera extract in it. I feel like it does an incredible job of making my skin just look super nice and beautiful the entire day. It doesn't take away from like it looking matte right now. It just is a perfect spray, and I love how it mists everything out. Like, it's just so nice. So we're gonna apply this all over and just be snatched and beautiful. Such a good spray. Like, it really mists it so fine that you can't even feel it, and my face still looks nice and matte. Some sprays, like as soon as you spray it so harsh that like your face looks wet, and it's like, no, not today. Okay, so now we can take off these clips and live our best life. Okay, so this is the completed look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching me go from 0 to 100. That pretty much concludes this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching my get ready with me's. I love doing these with you guys because I love sharing with you guys any new tips and tricks that I may have started to do and fall in love with. So thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I hope you guys have a gorgeous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.